Lewis Hamilton's performance in the 2025 season. A heavy analysis by Gary Anderson, an experienced and respected engineer, has sparked even more debate about the adaptation, or lack thereof, of the seven-time world champion to Ferrari's new car. What was supposed to be a high-level fresh start is turning into a puzzle that even the team seems unable to solve. According to Anderson, Hamilton is still stuck in his old driving style, which has been hindering the fine-tuning of the SF25. And, by extension, compromising the team's development overall. He makes an important point. Being experienced is good, but insisting on a style that doesn't fit with the new generation of cars can backfire, and this is reflected in the results. Hamilton, despite still showing talent in race pace, has struggled in qualifying and hasn't delivered what fans were expecting. So the question remains, is this just a temporary bad phase or a sign that Hamilton's time may be running out? Well, guys, before anything else, you know the drill. Stay tuned for everything that happens behind the scenes in Formula One by subscribing here to Volta Rapida. After Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari, analyses started popping up everywhere, and one of the most respected names in the paddock decided to speak out. Gary Anderson, former Formula One engineer and columnist for the race website, didn't hold back in his assessment of the seven-time champion. According to him, Hamilton is fighting more of an internal battle than an external one, and the problem might lie with the driver himself. For Gary, Lewis's adaptation to the ground effect cars is far from ideal, and this could be directly impacting his on-track results. But it doesn't stop there. What's most striking is how Anderson interprets Hamilton's behavior. He believes the Englishman is still stuck in his Mercedes days, trying to drive as if the cars were still like the ones from his victorious era. And here's a key detail. While other, younger drivers who are open to change have adapted to the car, Lewis Hamilton seems to expect the car to adapt to his style. According to Anderson, this resistance is even affecting the development of the car. If the driver insists on going in the wrong direction with the setup, the team also loses time and performance. The consequences of this show up in qualifying and race pace. Anderson's warning is clear. If Hamilton doesn't change his approach, he might end up falling behind, despite all his experience. While Hamilton struggles to understand Ferrari's car, many still use George Russell as a benchmark, and it's no coincidence. Since joining Mercedes, Russell has shown that he can adapt quickly, understand the car's dynamics, and extract the maximum potential from it, even without the historical success Hamilton has. He's been drawing attention for his consistency, especially in qualifying. Gary Anderson used this difference in approach to highlight one of the key problems. Instead of trying to adjust the car to his style, Hamilton should be paying more attention to what Russell is doing. Anderson believes that the young Brit has already figured out how the ground effect car behaves and is using that to his advantage. This became even clearer when the two shared a car at Mercedes. For example, qualifying laps are where the difference between the two tends to stand out the most. Russell seems to handle the car's imbalance in high-speed sections better, while Hamilton struggles more with controlling the unstable rear. This raises the question, is the seven-time world champion limiting himself by sticking to an old way of driving? This is where the comparison hits hard. Russell doesn't carry the pressure of a massive legacy, but delivers results. And maybe that's the biggest issue. The new generation is delivering results with less history and more adaptation. Off the track, Hamilton's behavior within Ferrari's paddock has also raised questions. It's not just the press that's watching, but also engineers and people inside the paddock. Gary Anderson made sure to highlight a delicate point: the lack of involvement from the driver in key moments, such as simulator sessions and track walks. In such a competitive environment as modern Formula One, every detail can make a difference. And when a driver of Hamilton's caliber doesn't participate in these activities regularly, doubts inevitably arise about his dedication to adapting to the new car. Anderson believes that this attitude may be delaying Ferrari's development, as the driver, given his experience, should be the most active link in the technical dialogue. The problem, according to him, is that Hamilton seems to be waiting for a magical solution, something that will fix everything all at once. But the reality of Formula One is different. Everything is built on testing, adjustments, and a lot of teamwork. If the driver isn't fully engaged in this process, the team ends up lacking the key piece to drive development. Despite his history, Hamilton still needs to prove to Ferrari that he's willing to reinvent himself, because in the current scenario, technical commitment makes just as much of a difference as what happens in the cockpit. While Hamilton tries to adapt to the new environment and the behavior of the SF25, Charles Leclerc has been demonstrating exactly the kind of attitude many expected to see in the champion as well. The Monegasque driver recognized from the first test of the season that Ferrari's car would have limitations. Instead of waiting for the team to find external solutions, he took the initiative and changed the way he drove. Leclerc adjusted details of his own driving style, especially in managing the unstable rear and entering fast corners. This change started off slowly, but is already showing clear signs of making a difference. The team's data shows that he has been able to extract more performance from the SF25, even when conditions aren't ideal. This kind of adaptation has caught the attention of engineers and specialists. It's not just about settling for what the car offers, but rather finding solutions from within. Leclerc understood that, in a season where Ferrari is still seeking a balance between performance and reliability, the driver needs to be an active part of the process. And this goes beyond complaining on the radio or waiting for miraculous updates. The contrast between Leclerc and Hamilton at this stage of the season makes it clear that attitude towards technical challenges can directly influence results. More than that, it can be